All right, let's call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock, as always. How many people you got online?
We have 2 people.
Okay. Call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. Do I have a motion to call the meeting to order?
I'll make a motion to call the meeting to order.
I'll second.
All right, motion is made by Amy, seconded by Mary Beth. We'll call the meeting to order. Proof of notice, we did have the signs out on Monday. And then we had stuff posted on the website and on the kiosk, and everybody was also emailed. Verify quorum. We are missing one person in the quorum. Mr. Joe is on a boat going around somewhere like in Amsterdam or something. I'm not sure what it is.
It's not a river cruise.
It's a river cruise. It's not an ocean cruise.
Oh, okay.
So we approved that. Oh, once again, we are recording the meeting, hopefully. Last time it didn't record, but we are recording the meeting. It will only be on us. It will only be on people that go up there. We have to approve the minutes from the last meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion from Susan, second. Second from Mary Beth. Mary Beth's on a roll. So all in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye. No.
Okay, we have approval on the minutes. So now it's time to give away the Panera gift card that we give away every meeting. And the Panera gift card goes to, you know how everybody, when I moved here, the one thing that amazed me was how people drive down the street with their trash bags sitting on the front of their car or on the top of their car. I thought that was the weirdest thing in the world, but people do it. And sometimes people put it on top of their car and the trash falls off the car.
Yep.
And they just keep driving. We've actually seen them going down Masters Boulevard with the trash still on their car. But the other day, some trash fell off a car, and one of our residents picked up the trash and carried it all the way down to the dumpster by herself. And this is with a new hip. She did this. And then today, we were working on putting new mulch around the tree that has no grass that grows under it. And this resident stopped and helped us pound in the stakes to put the edging around there. So the card goes to Pat.
Yay!
So we do love it when residents go above and beyond. I mean, there was nothing that told Patty she needed to pick up a garbage and carry it down to the thing. It's hard enough to carry your own garbage down there other than carrying somebody else's. So good for her. So before we get started on the other stuff, before we do the treasurer's report, manager's report, I wanted to talk about one thing. As you know, we have been pushing to put cameras on the garage doors if you want. You didn't have to put them there, but they would replace the keypad that's on the garage door. It's a keypad, just like the keypad that's there. You push the buttons, you open your door. The difference is it has a small camera. And when I say small camera, it's like smaller than this on the top of it, and it would see down your driver. That should be we should be able to do that because it's literally the same footprint. So this is the size of the one. We're going to put this one on top of it, but it's not going too well with the master board. I know you're surprised. Michael even stepped up. When I say the master board and I throw my frustration about the master board and all how they get in our way of trying to get anything done in our community, I'm talking about for the members of the master board, not Michael. Michael cares about the promenades. He does extra work. He watches the dumpster for us. I mean, Michael is our neighbor, but he really cares about us and the promenades. So if you hear me trash the master board, don't give Michael like dirty eyes because it's not him. But the master board, once again, they shouldn't even be involved in this. It should just be a thing, but we're trying to get an ARC through. They won't even let the ARC get to the ARC committee. So it's everything that we've tried to do through the master board, including hanging plants on the poles as you drive down the line, beautiful plants hanging on the poles. We started that in January. 7 months later, we still don't have an answer from the master board. It's very frustrating. This board is about the residents. It's about making our community better. And that's all we care about. And the idea that you want to make your community prettier, look better, and everything else, and the master board steps in front of it every single time. And so we've been getting stuff done. When we're in control of it, we're doing it, and we're doing it fast. But if the master board's involved, it doesn't get done. I'm just going to say that. So at the end of the year, you'll get voting to vote. I just say use your right to vote. And look who's on the master board now, minus Michael. Cast your vote however I'm not going to tell you which way to vote, but if you want to try and get stuff done, vote for somebody that might actually care about the promenades, because they don't. And I guarantee I'm going to hear all about this. I'm going to get a letter from Liz Allen that says, "Oh, you said we don't care about that." Well, I'm just saying what I see.
She's watching.
And just calling it. Well, she'll watch it on the camera. So I'm just calling it the way I see it. And if they want to prove it differently, that's great. Okay, so I just need a rant there for a second, and I know it's gonna come back to bite me.
That's all.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
Talking about the board.
Oh, there's more stuff.
Yeah.
That's just the current thing.
All right. So, and the other thing, I'm gonna move one item that's under new business, new business. I'm gonna move it up the agenda because there's no vote on this. I doubt many of you in here are on TikTok. You're kind of above the age of TikTok, but TikTok and YouTube. Now, I'm on YouTube all the time. I'm not on TikTok. But when you see kids fishing in the pond, there is a TikTok video that went viral, and I'm talking about millions and millions of views, of a kid that went in and fished in the pond. The HOA president came up to him, was a complete idiot to the kid, and then the HOA president broke the guy's fishing rod, $200 fishing rod, over his knee, threw it out. The HOA guy ended up getting arrested and everything else. But that one video, because it got millions of views, all these other kids that are coming to the ponds, and all the kids that have come to our ponds, you have seen either, if you've seen pictures of them, they either have a cell phone that's attached to a vest right here, or they have a camera. And they are here to fish, but they're also here to go you people on. So, and the thing is, here's the deal. It makes no difference. He could yell at you and call you any name in the book, and then you just blow up and you yell at him. He controls the editing before he puts the video up. So he can make you guys look as bad as he wants to make you look. Now, do I really care if I look bad on TikTok? No. But the idea is, if you see the kids fishing in the pond, and the sheriff responded to the last kid that fishes in the pond, just call the sheriff's department. Don't engage the kid at all. Don't talk to the kid or anything else. Call the sheriff's department. They are trespassing. So the sheriff's department will come out and will write them up and remove them. The board will step in, and sign the trespassing form. But don't engage them. I know it's frustrating and everything else. I did engage one kid that was fishing in the pond a few months ago, who was very nice and very respectful. And I said to him, I said, "You probably think you're out here all alone, but I see all those buildings, you got 1,000 eyes on you, and they're all calling me. And so I have to come out here and tell you that you can't fish in the pond." And this kid was nice. The last kid was not nice. But this kid was really nice. He left. And then people were like on Facebook, did you call the police? Did you get him arrested? Has anybody in here not jumped the fence when you were a kid? I mean, come on. I'm not going to.
I had to grow up.
Yeah. It's like, this was a respectful kid. But the other kid was a jerk. And we had a couple residents engage him, and it was fine. We got him off the property. But the police said, don't engage him. Just call them. They'll show up. They'll tell him to leave. And that way you're not on TikTok, you're not on YouTube, and you don't come out looking like that. So that was a meeting.
Well, you don't give them what they want.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They want to goad you on. They want you to get mad. So, but anyway, that was under new business. Obviously didn't need a vote, but I wanted to address it because all these kids that we've seen, every one of them has had a camera on their vest.
Really?
So they're all doing the same thing.
The GoPro video anybody.
Well, because it gets some views and
Yeah.
they make money off it.
Like I see people active with, I wouldn't know it. I'm like, here. I'm like,
Okay, so that gets it. Let's do the treasurer's report. We're not going to have to deal with Joe tonight on the treasurer's report, which is good. So Ileana will step in on the treasurer's report for Joe, and that should cut it down at least by 20 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. This is the treasury report for the month of May. We have a net income of 15,395. Accounts receivable balance, so assessment arrears is 20,684, which is down 1,614 from April. This balance is mostly due to 5 delinquent accounts. Operating cash balance at May 31st is 228,224. Reserve balance at May 31st is 2,823,456. And that's the treasury.
Very good. Thanks, Joe. Now let's go to the management report. Ileana.
Next up.
Okay, so this is not as short as the treasure, but I'm doing my best. So we have been working. This is for the month of May. We have been sending communications to the community regarding fire sprinkler inspections. Contacted vendors for sidewalk repairs to request proposals. Received proposal from Yellow Bird Outdoor for landscape maintenance contract. Conducted our fire sprinkler inspections, communicated with AC Pavers and supervised ongoing paver repair project, conducted a walkthrough of the community with Floral leadership to follow up on the ongoing concerns and irrigation issues impacting the sod and the landscaping beds. Coordinated with mulch vendor on setting their account in Avid for future mulch projects, which is already completed. In the side of administration, we have been sending their mass emails, resident emails responded to their inquiries and requests. Tenant evaluation, providing information to property managers and homeowners for tenant evaluation. In Avid, we have been reviewing and approving the invoices. On collections, we have been following up on delinquent account status with the accounting department. On accounting, reconciling our PCAR expenses and research for treasury questions. Providing orientation to realtors with potential buyers and to homeowners with questions and requests. And special requests, we have the memorial plaque on the gazebo swing for 8370 Queen Bee Circle. On maintenance projects, work order for irrigation, lighting, and pavers. On driveways and entryways repairs throughout the community. Informed the Master Association for gate repairs. Coordinated with Oscar General Maintenance repairs and special repair projects around the community, and coordinated the pest control schedule. On irrigation, irrigations repair, we're coordinating with the landscaping company throughout the community. As I said, we have one proposal from the Yellow Bird landscaping company. We worked and got approved 3 art approval applications, and there were no violations during the month of May. And that's the management report.
Okay, thank you very much. Under old business, Ileana touched on it. The mulch is done. We did the prices of mulch installation had gone up dramatically. Our first bid came in at $80,000. We had $20,000 in the budget, so it was a little more expensive. And then we got another one that was $66,000. And then we finally met with the company that we ended up doing it. They came in at $24,000. Amy talked them down to $21,000, so we were only $1,000 over budget instead of $60,000 over budget. We did have to cut back. We did not go inside the gates of the residents. If the residents feel like they want to do that, as long as you use brown mulch, go ahead. But usually, if you know especially between the two buildings, it's like this, and when it rains, it used to just come out, and then Floor Lawn would blow it out in 2 weeks anyway. So that's why we kind of said, let's save a lot of money by not going inside the gate. So we didn't go inside the gate. I think the mulch looks good. It looks very good. They did a good job, and they completed it very, very quickly. So that worked out well. Pressure washing, Ileana hit on that. The pressure washing has started. I promised in the last board meeting that pressure washing would absolutely 100% start by this board meeting. It started yesterday. So I held up my end of the bargain. Pressure washing is going to take all summer at least. We're not, Oscar's got a lot to do. We're catching up on so much stuff. I mean, we're catching up on work orders still from last year. I think we finally moved into 2025. But he's got a lot to do, and there's already things coming up all the time. So we have told Oscar, pressure wash when you can, an hour a day, an hour and a half a day, because that is mindless work to just sit there and do it. So, it hadn't been done for years. So if we have to wait a couple months before it gets to your house, it'll get there. But just understand it's going to take some time. I think we started on Quimby at Tony and Yvonne's, and he's up to Claire's house, I believe. So he's working his way that way. And then we have to move. It took us forever to get the connection from Toho, and we had to pay him $3,000 deposit. And the one good thing I'll say about that we did this thing, Oscar and I hooked the guy from Toho hooked the meter up to the fire hydrant, and Oscar and I turned it on. No water came out of the fire hydrant. Right there next to RC's house. No water.
Oh, that's not good.
So I said, that's kind of weird. So we went across the street, opened up that fire hydrant, no water came out. We went up Romani, opened up the fire hydrant, no water came out. So luckily, I said to Ileana, we got a problem. She called Toho. Toho came out. They looked at it. They did say that they had shut it down for a project and forgot to turn it back on. So good thing nobody's house caught on fire. But if we didn't do this project, these fire hydrants would probably still be off. And I don't know how many were off. I don't know if they're off on this side as well. But the fire hydrants are now working again. So that's good. So pressure washing has started. Eventually you'll see them. Hopefully, if you see them getting close, feel free to pull your car out so you can do your driveway. It just depends on the neighborhood. It's like on Grady. If you're on Grady, your walkways inside, there's a lot of mold and buildup, and they're bad because it goes by lighting and how the water gets in there. On Quimby, they're not so bad. So he's going inside. He's doing inside the gates. He's doing the walkways. So and he's doing the driveways. So if you see him in your neighborhood and he looks like he's getting close, pull your car out and just park it in the parking spot, not in the street, in a parking spot, and that way he can do your whole driveway. If he does miss it and it doesn't pick up oil stains or anything like that. But if you have a driveway that has mold on it or something like that, and he's gone by your house, let Ileana know. We'll circle back to it at some point and get it. But again, if you see him out there, we can't give you a date because he did it for 4 hours yesterday, but he only did an hour and a half today. So it just depends what his schedule is. So that's how it's working. So we move on to new business. ARC approvals. We don't have any ARC approvals. I do want to mention to residents, we had a dumpster that was left on Grady yesterday that was in a parking space, and we had no idea whose dumpster it was. We put a thing out saying we're going to tow it in 24 hours because we didn't have any approval for a dumpster. First of all, put the dumpsters in your driveway. The construction dumpsters are small enough to go in your driveway. Put your car in a parking space. Let us know when the dumpster is going to be dropped off, when it's going to be picked up. Obviously, if the vendor's a day late, that's okay, but we don't want a dumpster sitting in somebody's driveway for weeks on end. Luckily, we were able to find out who this dumpster belonged to, and we got it taken out last night. But we had no idea. I mean, all of a sudden there was a dumpster there.
It's because they're doing renovation in the unit.
Yes.
From me, and I think it was easier for them to come that way with the refuse.
And then he put a bunch of yellow tape up.
Yeah,
Looked like a crime scene.
Yeah, it did.
So anyway, no ARC approvals for that's it. So the community bike project. So a couple weeks ago, I said, you know what? I want to get in better shape because I was in good shape till I got on the board, and then I got in bad shape because I don't get to work out or do anything. And so I ordered a bike off of Amazon. And then Amy's like, well, if you're going to have a bike, I should have a bike. So she ordered a bike off Amazon. And then I came up with a thing. I said, putting these bikes in your garage, our garages are so small, there's not a lot of room. And there's probably a number of residents that would love to be able to ride a bike, but they don't, they might only want to ride a bike in the wintertime for a month or, once or twice a month. So there's no reason for them to go buy a bike, stick it in their garage and do that. So I came up with this idea with Amy. We came up with this idea. We said, let's do a community bike project. We'll put a bike rack near the mail kiosk in one of the parking spots. We'll put bikes in there and we'll lock the bikes. And then we're waiting for our lawyer to give us, we talked to our insurance company, we're all covered there. We're waiting for the lawyer to give us a hold harmless form that all you'll have to do is you'll email Ileana. She'll send you back the form. You sign it, you drop it off. You'll get the combination to the lock and you can use the bikes whenever you want. You'll be able to take the bikes out. You can ride up to Publix. You can do what you want.
Go to the garbage can. Go to the dump. You can go to
you can ride to the dumpster with your garbage. You can do whatever you want. And then you come back and you just lock it up. The thing is, once you get the combination will always be the same. It'll be an easy combination to remember, but don't share it with your friends because they need to sign the whole harness. This will cover you and your family. So if you got grandkids that come in, you want to ride bikes, your form will cover that. We're still waiting for the thing to do it, but Amy and I we've already got, besides the bikes we bought for ourselves, we've obtained 2 more bikes. And then we're thinking about buying 2 more bikes for a total of 4. And the bikes that we'll buy are approximately, they're a couple $100, and the bike rack is $50-$60. So I want to make a motion for approval on, and again, we'll wait till we get the letter from the attorney, but let's make a motion so we can move on this. Make a motion to spend 2, 4, 6. Let's do a motion for $600 top end. I don't think we'll go over that. And we already have 2 bikes that Amy and I purchased for the bike rack besides our bikes. So I make a motion for $600 for the community bike project.
I will second.
Okay, we have a motion for the project for topping out at $600. We have a second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, so hopefully we can get that going. It's for the promenades. It's not for the people over here. It's not for the people over there.
What about proms 2?
Proms 2, yes, it'll be for proms 2.
Okay, just clarify.
Yes, Dave.
Is there a concern with the weather and that within 6 months those bikes will be rusted solid?
I don't think so because we will keep the bikes in working order. If you go to New York or if you go to Miami, you see the junk bikes that are parked in the street all the time. Bikes aren't the same as when you were a kid. You don't have a Schwinn anymore, Dave.
Yes, I do.
So yes, I mean,
Schwinn varsity bike.
yeah. So yeah, there is. We will, the thing with the insurance company, we have to make sure the bikes are maintained. We will do that, and the board will pay out of that our own pocket for the ongoing maintenance. But we shouldn't have an issue with that.
I dropped a bike off in Celebration to have the tune-up on it yesterday, the one I bought, and they have the exact same bike out there in front of their shop to be sold, and it's out in the weather, and I'm telling you what, the one I bought looks a lot better than the one they got.
So, sidewalk repair, grinding the sidewalks. Luckily, we don't have that many areas to grind, but of the areas that we had, we got an estimate. Carlos got an estimate. They came in at $13,000. It was between $12,000 and $14,000. So say $13,000 to do it. Ileana found another company that actually will do probably a better job, and they came in at $2,268. So we save about $10,000 there. They're actually less than that, but we're going to add there's a couple sidewalks that are kind of on the edge. So I've been going around and marking those sidewalks. So we were doing it for the number, and we can add 10 more. I've only found 7. So if you see a sidewalk that's got a pretty good bump on it, email me or Ileana, let me know. If it doesn't have a pink dot on it or a red dot on it, email us. If it's got a pink dot or a red dot, it's going to be taken care of. So we have that. So let's do again. I'm going to make a motion for the sidewalk repair. We'll top it out at $2,300, not to go above that. It's right now $2,268. So I think even if we had to add more, we'd stay under that number. So I'm going to make that motion for sidewalk repair. We can hopefully get started in the next week or two. Hopefully. Yeah. So I make a motion for $2,300 top end.
Second.
Scott made the motion. Susan seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, good. That is it, because I've already done the fishing in the pond. Let's adjourn this. Oh, look at that. Stayed under the half hour. At 6:26, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
Motion is made. It's seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion's done. Anybody that wants to come up and speak or answer their phone, go ahead. If you don't want to answer or you don't want to speak, but feel free to come on up. Let me turn this game on. Oh, that's.
How am I? Is this my good? Hold on a second.
You look good.
How about like
All
this?
right. You look good, Bruce.
All right.
All good.
So I have a question about the driveway cleaning. I thought we were going to take care of the oil stains, but I guess not.
The oil stains do not come under the board. The oil stains come under the resident.
Oh, so we're like if I have like a small oil stain.
If you have a small oil stain, my recommendation to you is let Ileana know you have a small oil stain, and Oscar will come and turn the bricks over.
Okay, because that's what the last maintenance guy said to me, and he did replace a couple of bricks. I fired him.
The thing is, our pavers have never been sealed, so they look all faded out. If you turn it over, it'll look really red. So the way to do it, if you don't want the red brick, although it looks good if you space it out, but if you don't want the red brick in the middle of your driveway, the runner's on the side. So I would take one off the side, take the one with the oil, turn it over, put it on the side, and then put the other one in.
Well, and Oscar will do that?
Oscar will do that for you.
All right. Okay. Well, that's what I had a question.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Oh, come on, Gwen. There you go.
It's official now. It's official.
It's not an official meeting unless Gwen comes
I
up.
didn't have a question before, but I do now. Okay, so Gwen Turgis, 8344 Bellatier Court. So I think that's a great idea for the bikes. It's a nice amenity in addition. But I wonder what'll happen if you guys don't stay on the board forever. Is the next board going to maintain that stuff?
Well, that'll be up to the next
That's
board.
up to the next board.
But again,
We'll have 6
the
months.
maintaining is not hard. It's mainly
No.
just grease, checking the air pressure in the tires, tightening up a few bolts. It's not hard to do. Even if I'm not on the board next year,
We'll help.
I won't be. Even if I'm not on the board next year, I can come over and tighten it up there, whatever.
Okay, then I
So-
use it. I'm done.
Thank you, Gwen.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really do think it's a nice amenity to add
Yeah,
to the
it is.
community. And again, if you had 2-car garages, it wouldn't be that big a deal. But a 1-car garage, RC and Georgie want to go out and ride bikes. Maybe they only want to ride it once a month. Well, it's stupid to have bikes in your garage, so we'll have bikes in the community. So it was just an idea. As I said, when I bought the bike, I said, wouldn't it be nice? Because we've seen other communities, even over in Celebration, Astoria Apartments. The apartments have bikes for their residents. They have a bike rack there outside for the residents, and the residents can just take a bike and go. And same thing, we lock it, and once you sign your form, you get the combination, and then you can take the bike out at 2 a.m. You can take it out whenever you want. But it was just something we thought we could add to the community. And some people may use it, and some people may never use it.
Oh, darn.
Get up,
Get up there.
get up there.
Go, Jim.
Jim Bovey, 1214 Bellacare Court. Are the locks going to be on the stand or on the bike?
The locks will be on the stand, but you can take them with you. If, say, you're going up to Publix and you want to go shopping and you're just getting a couple items, you can take the lock with you and then use it as a lock at Publix. And then when you come back, lock it to the bike rack.
Okay, will there be an emergency number if I forget the?
You won't forget it.
Yeah, you won't forget.
We've already bought the locks. You won't forget the combinations. Oh, geez.
It's Jim B.
Penny Beer, 1264 Granny Lane. Where are we going to put them during hurricane season?
Hurricane season, they'll go into a garage.
They'll go in my garage where they are now.
Okay.
Or they'll go into Joe's garage.
Fancy.